Hello students. In the last video, we showed you how to find the distance between any 2 points in the number plane. For example, the distance from point A to point B. In this video, we're going to show you how to find the coordinates of the point, in this case point M, that's exactly halfway between A and B. And that's called the midpoint because that's the middle point of the line joining A and B. So let's go ahead and show you how it's done. So what I'm trying to do, here's the line AB, and there's the coordinates. I'm trying to find the coordinates of the point exactly halfway between those two. Well, let's look at the x-coordinates first. The x-coordinate of B is -7. The x-coordinate of A is +3. So what I need to find is the number that's exactly halfway between -7 and 3. And the easiest way to do that is to just find the average of the two numbers, or the mean of the two numbers. Now the way you find the mean of the two numbers is just add them together and divide by 2. So the x-coordinate of the midpoint, which I'll call x sub m, is just the average of those two coordinates, -7 and 3. So I add them together, -7 plus 3, divide by 2. -7 plus 3 is -4. Divide 2, and therefore the x-coordinate of the midpoint is -2. Trying to find the midpoint of the y-coordinates, I do the same thing with the y-coordinates. I need to find the number that's halfway between a y-coordinate of 5 and a y-coordinate of -3. And the easiest way to do that is just to find the mean or the average. And to do that, I just go the y-coordinate of A plus the y-coordinate of B, divide 2. 5 plus -3 is 2. 2 divide 2 is 1. So therefore, excuse me, the coordinates of the midpoint, x sub m, y sub m, is just -2, 1. Okay, we can check that by actually plotting the point and seeing what it looks like. So starting at the origin, x is -2, y is 1, and it does lie on the line, and it is halfway between A and B. So in general, in order to find the coordinates of the midpoint of a line segment, you just add the two x-coordinates of the endpoints and divide by 2. That gives you the average x-coordinate. Add the two y-coordinates of the endpoints and divide by 2, and that gives you the average of the two y-coordinates. So let's show you how this actually works in practice. So here's the two endpoints of the line segment. A has coordinates 3, 7, B has coordinates 5, 1. It doesn't matter which one we call point 1, so I'm just going to call that one x1, y1. Again, strongly recommend, same as with distance formula, you actually label the coordinates. Now the midpoint formula, I'm going to call that x sub m, y sub m, just equals the average of the x-coordinates, so x1 plus x2 all over 2, and the average of the y-coordinates. Whoops. y1 plus y2 all over 2. Let's come out here a little bit to give ourselves a bit of space to work. So all we have to do is add the two x-coordinates, 3 plus -5, divided by 2, and add the two y-coordinates, 7 plus 1, divided by 2, and 3 plus -5 is -2. -2 divide 2 is -1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 divide 2 is 4. So the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment AB is -1, 4. Okay, I want you to try this one, so stop the video, find the coordinates of the midpoint of this line segment AB, and then start the video and you can check your answer. Okay, welcome back, students. So let's go ahead and scroll down so we have some working space. Once again, I need to decide which is point 1 and point 2. With the midpoint formula, it doesn't really make a lot of difference. So I'm going to call that one x1, y1, and those coordinates x2, y2. Excuse me. Let's write the formula. The coordinates of the midpoints, x sub m, y sub m, equals x sub 1 plus x sub 2 all over 2. That's the x coordinate. And y sub 1 plus y sub 2 all over 2 is the y coordinate. So write the formula, substitute. So in place of x1, I put -4. In place of x2, I put -7, all divided by 2. In place of y1, I put 5. In place of y2, oops, I just found out I made a mistake. I can't believe that. But anyhow, it does happen very rarely. That should be y sub 2. So 5 plus -2 all over 2. Okay, let's go ahead and do the calculations. -4 plus -7 is -11. -11 divide 2 is -5.5 or 5.5, -5.5. 5 plus -2 is 3, and 3 divide 2 is 1.5. So I'm going to actually use decimals in this case because I'm plotting points. Sometimes it's easier to plot points with decimals. And that's our answer. So the coordinates of the midpoint, x sub m, y sub m, are -5.5, comma 1.5. And that's how you use the midpoint formula.